Ask about regional research infrastructure, because I know you know how important the Daresbury, those big key pieces of infrastructure are for driving local economies as well as national assets. If we look at the research infrastructure budget over a whole of government, it's 3 billion a year. UKRI's research infrastructure budget is 481. Two questions. One, do you know where the rest of the 3 billion, how it allocates by department to your 50, 30, 20? Or regionally, do we have a sense? Do we know where it goes?
Infrastructure,
research infrastructure.
Yeah. So research infrastructure. There was a map done of research infrastructure in 2018 or 19. That's being redone now. Going to be published later this year in November to get a very clear idea of where the big bits of kit are. So it's not every little bit of kit. It's the big things like Jodrell. Yes. Square kilometre array, Daresbury, and so on, so that we know where they are, supercomputers and so on.
I wanted to ask, because it's an important part of the regional R&D levelling up piece, in some areas, I know when we did the quantum strategy, the National Quantum Computing Centre, for good reasons, is headquartered down in the Golden Triangle. But in some areas like EngBio, we were thinking about regional networks of bioreactors, which could anchor quite serious clusters in Bio-Yorkshire or Teesside. And in industrial strategy, I'm just wondering how much thinking you've been able to do about how we might use that regional footprint of infrastructure and some of the old pharma sites like Charnwood sitting empty to anchor really major pieces of re-industrial R&D.
So there is a much broader spread in the infrastructure, as you say. So if you look at something like the Centre for Process Innovation, high-value manufacturing catapults, these things are, of course, not in the Greater South East, and they've got big bits of kit which are important for local companies and national companies as well to go to. And that will definitely be part of what we continue to do in the industrial strategy. But it does raise a very important question, which is not all infrastructure can be incremental.
Yeah.
And there's a question about what we retire as infrastructure in order to be able to do the new things, which is something that's very live at the moment.